Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Louie back on the channel. I know it's been a little while, but I gotta make some more content. I gotta tell you what's been going on. This is yes, my motorcycle, and I got a little story behind that. I got some context for that, and I also wanted to kind of go over what I've been doing for the past couple of months. I want to share a couple things with you. So right now we're in the middle of a little town called Thompson here in southern Georgia, or not southern Georgia, but here in Georgia. And I just taking a ride. It's a little cold out, but I feel the spirit leading me today into making this video. I've been trying to make a video for a little while, but it just hasn't worked out. All the glory to God every day. His plan and our good. So, all right, let's get to it. So for all of you enthusiasts, this is a Harley Davidson Pan America. So it's a adventure touring bike. Just for context, so you can see what I'm on, what I'm riding. We got the helmet on. Hello, that's us. So we'll fire it up, and then we'll hit the road, and we'll chat. All right. It is a bigger bike, and I am a shorter guy. For those of you who know me personally, you know the struggle I have. Say vertically challenged. That's I guess that's fair. All right, so currently 52 degrees out, and I got a couple layers on, and hopefully the audio's okay. Just can't close up this helmet all the way, because then it'll start fogging up and I can't see. So here we go. We got a little bit of crosswind action going on, so hopefully the audio is okay going, the 45. I'll try to keep it around that. But okay. We are in Thompson. And like I said, the spirit leading me out here and trying to see what it has in store for me today, and see where the spirit leads me. And so what I want to cover today, I want to cover a couple things. I've been MIA, or missing in action, and what I wanted to say about that is, we have sometimes a little bit of a stigma where, if you don't see somebody on social media or in public or whatever, if you don't see somebody for a while, if you don't hear from them, I think we have this kind of, not necessarily doomsday, because that sounds a little catastrophic, but this kind of like this thought in our minds where, we feel like people aren't doing good or something, you don't see somebody smiling on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And that's definitely not the case. Sometimes it could be, I guess, but for me personally, that's not the case. So I just kind of want to throw that out, put it out on the table for everyone. I've been learning a lot, and wanted to say that I recently, a couple months ago, and I just finished a couple classes, but I changed my undergrad to biblical theology, so when I retire, I can be an educator, and I can be an educated teacher for those who want to learn about the gospel, or those who are willing to listen. So that was one thing that the Spirit called me to do, and I made the change to my undergrad, and I've had a lot of fun. I took 2 classes. I took a Old Testament and New Testament surveys, Liberty University, so it's been really good, really helpful. learned a lot, and I'm excited. I got another class coming up, so intro to apologetics, and super excited about that. But that's what's been going on with me, and life has been great. My prayer life has been awesome, and things aren't perfect. Life isn't perfect, but it's not supposed to be, right? We will face tribulations, and we're instructed by Jesus and commanded by Jesus to not worry and not fear. So, I'm holding fast to that, and not gonna let it go, and I have full confidence that God has my best interests, and it's all for His glory and my good. So, yeah. So back to the whole social media thing, and not seeing people. I think we can avoid that by just praying for those people if you haven't seen them, and maybe reaching out and see if they're okay. So yeah, that's really the meat and potatoes of today's video, was just saying hi again, and letting you guys know that I'm doing just fine. I know that all 5 of you are wondering, when's he gonna make another video? So here it is. I think that was it. I don't see anything else over here. But I want to do some more content, make some more videos about my life, and why why I'm on the motorcycle. And I do want to say this, is that for a while I was feeling really guilty and shameful about owning, or not owning, because God gives me everything that I have. These are all gifts from God, or things from God, and I was feeling guilty and shameful about having these things, and money I've spent on them, and all that stuff, and all the time that I spent on these machines. And I realized that only Satan shames you and reminds you of the past and makes you feel guilty about the things that you did. But God forgets and forgives, as long as we believe in our hearts that He will do that, and confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, and that He died for us. And so, getting back on the machine, on my recreational things, it took some time, and throughout the whole process of making videos for this channel, I didn't want to use the motorcycles that I have, so I just left them in the garage. And it was kind of painful, to be honest, after I gave my life to Christ and surrendered my will to God, and I felt really guilty about it. I didn't want to see them. I didn't want them anymore, and finally I said, you know what, I'm not going to let the devil win. I'm not going to let him shame me, for these things, and here I am. So I just want to express that, and that is why I'm on the motorcycle today. And I've kind of been using it because, this is my recreation. It's a form of transportation. Gas prices are going up and stuff like that. So at the same time, I feel like it's it's kind of I guess a wise decision for saving money and stuff. And so I'm going to stop here because I'm going to take a couple of photos, but we'll see. Maybe I'll put the chest mount on. I thought there was going to be a lot more opportunity here. It doesn't seem to be the case. There's a cool little trailer that I saw there. There's an old car that I just kind of ran up onto, a couple old cars, but they're kind of squished in. And I want to bring you guys along for the journey on my trips and stuff. What I want to do is to give you guys a vision. I want to get myself a little fishing pole that I can take with me, and just spend some time together. Go pray and go off road a little bit. This thing can go off road some, so find a little quiet place to pray and hang out and express myself and let you guys know what's been going on. Uh, if you like, the video, let me know. If you have any ideas, I'm all for it. If you have any prayers, leave them in the comment section. And again, I don't do this for money. I don't do this for likes. I don't do this for anything but to glorify God and spread the gospel and spread the word. So open up your hearts. Listen if you would if you're interested. If you stumbled upon this video and you're not a believer, I would encourage you to take a look, read, and maybe listen and find out. Okay, that didn't take long. So I ended up just taking a couple photos here. I'll put them up on the screen, but yeah, it's something that I really love to do. I love to capture. If you've watched any amount of videos, I love to capture the world, and I didn't want to get too close to those cars over there. I feel like the fence kind of weirds me out a little bit. I don't want to go too far into the property, but I just kind of hung out in this area right here where if anyone could see me, there I would be. But we're gonna move on to another portion of the town, and it didn't make any sense for me to get all dressed up with the little chest mount and stuff to wear it for 2 minutes, and then it takes me longer to get set up than it does to take it off and put it on. So I'll put those photos up here for you guys to see, and again, all glory goes to God. All the skills, all the things that I have, He gives me. So I'm super thankful for that, and hopefully you guys can appreciate the photos. It's just everyday stuff, but also things you wouldn't see, every day. Maybe somewhere where you live. Old cars, little old trailers and stuff, and a little milk truck. Pretty cool. I think it's cool, but we're gonna go ahead and move on here. We're gonna take a left at that light and then see where the Spirit leads us. I'll put the visor down, and then we'll move on. I'll record some while I'm going and just kind of yap a little bit. It's what I do. It's a moto vlog, so it's what people do when they ride their motorcycles with the camera. I don't know if that's a church or something. Never been to this place, so it's all new to me. It looks like something that would be, this is the old historic side of things, so I'll probably pull off somewhere and maybe put the chest mount on and yeah, I guess we could just park here somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, Ivory's Restaurant. Oh, we'll park here. I've seen this. There's a little guitar and stuff. Yeah, let's do it. A little fun. Alright, so I got the chest mount on, and probably gonna end the video after I do this little walk around here, but maybe get something to eat. Let's put this here, and hopefully it'll still be here when we come back. Just never know, man, Might have to fix this chest mount too, where it's not too, there you go. So here we are, we're using the Fuji X-T5 with the kit lens, or whatever you want to call it. And so I've seen a lot of this online when you Google Thompson, you'll see this, like, this I guess state building or whatever you want to call it. And we'll just shoot this at it's really bright out, so we'll shoot at 1000 shutter speed, 500 for the DR400 if you're interested in knowing what I'm doing with the camera. But apparently there's these like guitars that are scattered throughout the town, so I'll just kind of snap a shot of these. And I'm using a 16mm sight of things right now. So we'll just take a little walk. Again, all the glory goes to the Father in heaven. Another guitar over here. And I'm so thankful I can do this. And just hanging out on a Wednesday afternoon. So let's do that. Blind Willie. Nice and wide, nice and tall. The Depot. Oh, another guitar. I'll do a little angle on this one so it's not as straight on as the others. And that one's at 4.5, f4.5, and 3/20th shutter speed. Another guitar over there on that side. I think I'll shoot this one from eye level. Little seating area. The guitar in the back, see if we can get that. I haven't done this in a while, guys, so if I it's a little slow on the commentary, it's because of that. Let's try to get that whole thing in the shot where it's got the train, depot annex, everything in there. Yeah, just a quick little walk in town. Thought I'd bring you guys along. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm gonna cut it again. So, yeah. Right, we are back. You're probably wondering that I didn't plan this out, and you would be 100% correct. I did not plan this out. I want to finish with one thing. It's probably the most important. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. A little crosswind here, but going back to the lack of plan, I used to wonder what to talk about, and I kind of always had to. I felt like I needed to plan it out, and I was never, led by the Spirit when I did that. It was just kind of me just forcing it and just needing something to talk about. And I get it, you want to have a subject, you want to have a story. I understand. But I was never satisfied with it. With God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, I always have something to talk about. I always have something to say, to teach or learn. So I'm going to leave it at that, and for the next one, because this one's already kind of long. If you're here till the end, I appreciate you being here, even though I said goodbye like 5 times now. For the wind. But if you guys enjoyed this motorcycle ride while sharing experiences and talking about our faith and stuff, let me know in the comments. Again, you know, shoot a prayer up for whoever, and or whatever you know you want to ask God for, and I'll help you out with that. So let's keep this community that we have here. Let's keep it going. Let's grow it. Oh, this is beautiful out here. But again, thank you for being here. I'm gonna finish off my ride and then take it home. I should be home within an hour. You know, I can't record for that long. I only have one battery here, so yeah. Thanks again. It feels good. It feels good, and I love. It's something that I do love. You know, I love motor vlogging. I love riding the bike. I love, you know, talking. Especially again, like I said, I have with God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. I always have something to talk about. There's no lack of that. God bless you guys again. This time it's for real. Let me know what you guys think about the motor vlog, and yeah, maybe I'll see you next time on this thing. Peace. God bless.